They think a monster lives in a cage, but true ferocity wears a tailored suit until it's time to conquer hyper beast. The wild adrenaline is synthesized. Dr. Marcus dominating the food chain with mathematical precision. Yeah, look. Yeah, look, I look at these sheep, pretending to be wolves for a momentary caption on the feed, while I'm quietly calculating the exact amount of heavy iron my genetic boundaries need. They want the savage reputation without the sleepless sacrifice inside the cold facility. But I'm conducting cinematic movements, elevating my threshold to absolute utility. No panic when the orchestra swells up, the soundstage separation is pure perfection. I detach myself from ordinary habits just to guide my circle in a sovereign direction. Breaking the cage, turning the page, keeping the entire platform at an elite stage. They wanted a show, I put on the glow and watch the whole environment completely overgrow. Bypassing the limitations of standard anatomy, I operate solely on maximum drive, securing the peak position for the family, making sure the legacy will forever thrive. No, I'm a primal architect staging a beautiful dark Hollywood dream. Hyper beast, the cinderities are unleashed, moving so majestic that the limit has decreased. Hyper beast, no restraint once the anvil drops. You cannot reach the caliber that never stops. Look at the hunger. I gave you the dry up front clarity, the unyielding focus, the heavy orchestration on the floor. I took the raw, untamed spirit and opened up a completely different door. You think it's just an ordinary transformation? Nah, it's an awakening. I am the monarch, I'm ruling the wild. I'm never allowing the weakest compiled. I'm bringing the gospel of stadium power and shattering limited ultimate hours. Step back to the hustle, engaging the muscle, controlling the absolute peak of the sound. Look at the progress, we shifting the balance and holding the entire competitive ground. Yes! Hyper beast, the cinderities are unleashed, moving so majestic that the limit has decreased. Hyper beast, no restraint once the anvil drops. You cannot reach the caliber that never stops. Yeah, your apex never changes. For the boy, Dr. Marcus, the instincts are elite. We out. They see the lightning in the sky,
but they never expect the thunder.
Did they never expect the thunder to hit the floor this fast? The tactical element of surprise is active. Dr. Marcus delivering a lightning fast execution of that. Yeah, look. I'm moving like a ghost in the shadows while they're celebrating early wins on the board, ensuring pinpoint accuracy before I even pull the heavy cinematic accord. They talk about tactics like it's a theoretical exercise they read in a book, but I just drop down from the rafters while they're terrified to even look. No time to react when the grand orchestration hits the pristine audio stage. I altered the whole trajectory before they could even turn the regular page. Striking the spot, taking the lot, keeping the entire stand burning hot. They wanted a warning, I look at the score and they leave them completely forgot. Bypassing the limits of standard prediction, I move on the precision scale, securing the sovereign title for my team, making sure we never derail. No, I'm a tactical strategist, staging a beautiful dark Hollywood dream.
Sun is great, the giant soaring wide,
moving so unexpected that they cannot even hide.
Sun is great,
no warning when the heavy iron drops.
You cannot match the caliber that never lets us stop.
Look at the precision. I gave you the dry upfront focus, the stealth execution, the heavy orchestration. I took the element of surprise and opened up a completely different door. You think it's just a common assault? Nah, it's a calculated coronation. I get the light and I'm striking the ground. I'm never allowing the weakness around. I'm bringing the gospel of stadium glory and shattering limits at ultimate hour. Snap back to the hustle, engaging the muscle, controlling the absolute peak of the sound. Look at the time when we altering maps and owning the entire competitive ground. Yes!
Sudden strike, the giant soaring wide.
Moving so unexpected that they cannot even hide.
Sudden strike,
No warning when the heavy iron drops.
you cannot match the caliber that never lacks
It stops. Yeah, they never saw it coming for the boy. Dr.Marcus. The impact is permanent. We out. We out. They talk about conduction like they understand the actual flow of the current voltage shock. The electrical circuit is live. Dr.Marcus surging through the mainframe. Infinite amperage, yeah. Look, I'm measuring the output from the main control while they're complaining about the heat. I spend 1 million silent hours on the platform just to make the power grid complete. They want the sudden shock value without connecting the wires in the bit of freeze. But I'm channeling massive brass and cinematic strings, operating exactly as I please. No resistance when the frequencies elevate, the audio distribution is too clear. I isolated my whole frequency to build a standard they could never get near. Yeah. Chasing the wire, building the fire, taking the entire distribution higher. They wanted to break down, I look at the network and leave them as a regular supplier. Bypassing every ordinary friction, I run it on heavy conduction scale. Securing a high-tier connection for my circle, making sure we never can fail. No, I'm a structural powerhouse staging the beautiful dark Hollywood dream. The earth is so Ross is alive, moving so clean that we are ready to thrive. No break in the current we send, you cannot match the system that never will bend. Look at the conductor. Look at the conductor. I gave you the dry up front delivery, the raw execution, the heavy claw. I took the high voltage energy and opened up a completely different door. You think it's just a common spark? Nah, it's a permanent illumination. I am determined, I'm breaking the resistance. I'm never allowing no weakness and distance. I'm bringing the gospel of stadium glory and shattering limits at ultimate hour. Snap back to the hustle, engaging the muscle, controlling the absolute peak of the sound. Look at the progress, we shifting the balance and owning the entire competitive ground. Yes! The earth is a process alive, moving so clean that we are ready to thrive. No break in the current we send, you cannot match the system that never will bend. Look at the conductor. Yeah. The grid is fully operational for the boy. Dr.Marcus. The power is sovereign. We out. Yeah.
They try to program the limits,
But they don't possess the processing power to contain the fire cyber rage. The mainframe is completely overridden. Dr.Marcus executing an unstoppable algorithm of pure synthetic fury. Yeah. Look, I'm uploading the blueprint to the cloud while they glitching on the basic execution. Spending late nights rewiring my entire system to achieve the ultimate resolution. They talk about the rage like it's just an emotional error or a temporary software spin. But I'm conducting cinematic brass and massive strings to ensure the dynasty will win. No network lag when the stadium choir begins to echo throughout the entire space. I upgraded the whole operating capacity just to set a completely unmatchable pace. Code in the grind, clearing the mind, leaving the obsolete data completely behind. They wanted a patch, I look at the match and show them a system that's uniquely designed. Transcending every ordinary digital barrier, I operate solely on a sovereign tier. Securing the network from my circle, establishing the dominant standard they fear. No, I'm a digital deity staging a beautiful dark Hollywood dream.
Cyber rage,
The grand strings are breaking the code.
moving so clean down the Devon Road.
Cyber rage, no overheating when the iron rains. You cannot match the system running in our veins. Look at the processing power. I gave you the dry up front clarity, the unyielding architecture, the heavy orchestration on the floor. I took the digital fury and opened up a completely different door. You think it's just a common simulation? Nah, it's a structural override. I am the network, I'm breaching the wall. I'm never allowing the system to fall. I'm bringing the gospel of stadium power and shattering limits at ultimate hour. Snap back to the hustle, engaging the muscle, controlling the absolute peak of the sound. Look at the metrics, we changing the standards and owning the entire competitive ground. Yes!
Cyber
The
rage,
grand strings are breaking the code.
moving so clean down the Devon Road.
Cyber rage, no overheating when the iron rains. You cannot match the system running in our veins. Yeah! The firewall is obsolete for the boy,
Dr.Marcus,
Dr.Marcus.
permanent
The architecture
is permanent.
is permanent. We out. They look for chemical shortcuts, but the purest power is already rushing through the veins. The biological switch is thrown. Dr. Marcus. Unfiltered chemical dominance streaming through the core. Yeah, look, I'm observing the baseline while they're burning out on temporary synthetic hype. Checking on my circle, making sure my entire bloodline is built from a different genotype. They want the unadulterated rush, but they're terrified of what the heavy iron demands. While I'm blending majestic cinema strings with the friction of callous hands. Whoa, no artificial amplification when the operatic choir begins to bleed. I isolated my internal drive to satisfy a primal sovereign need. Flipping the grid, making the bid, keeping the whole athletic division under lid. They wanted to pause, I look at the laws of survival and watch the enterprise I bid. Transcending every common physical threshold, I operate solely on maximum fuel. Securing the crown for my circle, proving exactly why the unfiltered elements rule. No, I'm a biological titan staging a beautiful dark Hollywood dream.
Adrenaline,
The majestic choir's running deep.
moving so clean while the rest of the
World is asleep.
raw adrenaline.
No restrictions on the glory we claim. You cannot match the natural
Status of the game.
Look at the chemical balance. I gave you the dry up front clarity, the organic focus. I took the unfiltered human instinct and opened up a completely different door. You think it's just an artificial boost? Nah, it's a permanent awakening. I am the surge, I'm breaking the cage. I'm never allowing a weakness on stage. I'm bringing the gospel of stadium glory and shattering limits at ultimate hours. Snap back to the hustle, engaging the muscle, controlling the absolute peak of the sound. Look at the metrics, we changing the standards and own an entire competitive ground. Yes!
Raw adrenaline,
The Hollywood price is breaking the sky.
elevating the peace.
So high that we blinding the eye.
Raw
psychological surge is real for the boy, Dr. Marcus. Pure. Pure element. We out, we out, we out, we out, we out. They want the spotlight, but they can't handle the heavy neon aggression.
Dr. Marcus, conducting the supreme frequencies of victory.
Yeah, look, I'm watching the skyline from the highest suite while they're arguing about who deserves the praise. I spend 1,000 winter nights inside the gym just to perfect the way the stadium obeys. They talk about aggression like it's something you can fabricate or simulate for social views. But I'm conducting massive strings and brass while making choices that the amateur would lose. No hesitation when the choir drops. The separation in the audio is crystal clear. I left the standard limitations in the past to build an empire they genuinely fear. Marking the grid, doing what I did, keeping the entire corporate sector under lid. They wanted the fame, I mastered the game and watched the whole environment become forbid. Bypassing every ordinary rhythm, I operate purely on the master grade design. Securing the percentage for my circle, ensuring every single luxury line will align. I'm a sonic architect, staging a beautiful dark Hollywood dream.
Neon aggression,
The majestic strings are high.
moving so clean that we are blinded. Every eye. Neon aggression,
No compromise inside the stage.
you cannot match the caliber of unleashed rage.
Look at the sound stage. I gave you the dry upfront clarity, the raw devotion, the heavy orchestration. I took the vibrant energy of the night and opened up a completely different door. You think it's just a regular routine? Nah, it's a statement of power. I am the monarch, I'm running the pace. I'm never allowing no weakness in space. I'm bringing the gospel of stadium glory and shattering limited ultimate hour. Snap back to the hustle, engaging the muscle, controlling the absolute peak of the sound. Look at the progress, we shifting the balance and owning the entire competitive ground. Yes!
Neon aggression,
The majestic strings are high.
moving so clean that we are blinding every eye. Neon aggression,
No compromise inside the stage.
you cannot match the caliber of unleashed rage.
Yeah, the lights never dim. For the boy, Dr. Marcus. The energy is sovereign. We out. Yeah. They talk about the pace like they can actually keep up with the boy. They want the results at midnight, but they sleep through the sunrise. I just shifted the whole play into another gear. Overdrive rush.
The status is elevated, Dr. Marcus. Accelerating past your highest expectations.
Yeah. I've been running numbers while you're out there chasing temporary highlights on the screen. Checking on my circle, making sure we dominating every single angle of the scene. They wanna talk about the budget, talk about the daily time and acting like they understand the stress. But I just put the pedal to the floorboard, bypassing everything to claim the ultimate best. No distractions in the rearview mirror. Everything is crystal when you're moving this fast. I had to separate myself from all the static just to build a motivation that would outlast. Hitting the switch, making the flip, watching them flip while I'm taking a trip. They wanted the energy, wanted the synergy, now they just witnessed the ultimate whip. Bypassing the limits of ordinary speed, I operate solely on maximum flow, unleashing the power, controlling the hour, and watching the entire monopoly grow. It's personal now, I'm making the vow, showing the room exactly just how we elevate everything under the ceiling and leaving the critics to simply dashboard. I gave you the effort, the sleepless devotion, the hours we spent on the floor. I took all the damage and turned to a monster, now I am hunting for more. You think it's a game? Nah, it's a takeover. I am the runner, I'm breaking the pack. I'm never allowing a single attack. I'm bringing velocity straight to the surface and leaving the doubters behind in the black. Step back to the hustle, unleashing the muscle, controlling the absolute peak of the sound. Look at the numbers, we waking the sleepers and owning the entire competitive ground. Yes!
Overdrive rush.
We taking the holy tonight.
Moving so fast.
That we blinding the entire side.
Overdrive rush.
No breaks when we crossing the line.
You cannot match
The velocity of the design. Yeah. Too fast for them. Dr. Marcus. The velocity is real. We out.
They look for the spark outside, but the engine only starts from within.
The systemic spark is ignited. Dr. Marcus. Accelerating the internal fire of absolute supremacy.
Yeah, look, I hear them talking about momentum like it's something you can simply buy or borrow. While I am checking my vitals, making sure I'm dominating every single path tomorrow. They want the cinematic trophy, but they terrified of how the dark room actually feels. I synchronize my heart rate with the heavy iron, separating fakes from what is real. No hesitation when the strings begin to elevate. The audio separation is too clean. I left the standard expectations in the dust to claim your ultimate crown on the scene. Catching the spark, leaving a mark, taking the platform straight out of the dark. They wanted the blueprint, I look at the future and leave them behind in a public park. Bypassing the limits of ordinary stamina, I operate solely on master great flow. Securing a legacy for my entire circle, watching the massive monopoly grow. I'm a sonic engineer, stage in a beautiful dark Hollywood dream.
Causing ignition.
The stadium choir is in place.
Moving so heavy.
We altering time in this space.
Causing ignition.
No breaks on the margin of timing. You cannot match the velocity of our climbing. Look at the blood flow. I gave you the dry up front clarity, the raw devotion. I took the internal electricity and opened up a completely different door. You think it's just a routine? Nah, it's a structural takeover. I am the engine, I'm burning the fuel. I'm never allowing the weakness to rule. I'm bringing the gospel of steady and glory and shattering limits and ultimate hours. Snap back to the hustle, engaging the muscle, controlling the absolute peak of the sound. Look at the progress, we shifting the balance and owning the entire competitive ground.
Yes, ignition.
The stadium choir is in place.
Moving so heavy.
We altering time in the space.
Causing ignition.
No breaks on the margin of timing. You cannot match the velocity of our climbing. Yeah, the heartbeat never lies for the boy, Dr. Marcus. The ignition is permanent. We out, we out, we out, we out. They see the speed, but they can't calculate the mass at the moment of collision. Velocity, velocity. The terminal threshold is breached. Dr. Marcus.
Dr. Marcus.
Yeah. Look. Yeah. I'm shifting coordinates while they stuck debating over initial speed, ensuring my entire enterprise possesses every single kinetic element to succeed. They talk about the impact like it's something you can simply predict or prepare, but I'm blending heavy cinematic brass while moving through the atmospheric air. Yeah, no drag coefficient when the orchestration starts to multiply and gain weight. I bypass the standard velocity just to establish an entirely sovereign state. Breaking the gauge, setting the pace, keeping the entire industry in a tight race. They wanted to pause, I look at the laws of motion and accelerate the whole space. Transcending every ordinary boundary, I run it on high momentum scale. Securing the victory for my team, making sure our trajectory will never fail. No, I'm a Terminal 4 staging the magnificent premium cinema dream.
Velocity, impact.
The heavy brass is breaking down the walls.
Moving so majestic through the airy halls. Velocity, impact.
No friction when the acceleration accrues.
You cannot match the magnitude of what we choose.
Look at the momentum, I gave you the diaphragm presence, the calculated force, the heavy orchestration on the floor. I took the sheer kinetic energy and opened up a completely different door. You think it's just a rapid sprint? Nah, it's an unstoppable collision. I am the vector, I'm jinging the mass. I'm never allowed on the seconds to pass. I'm bringing the gospel of steady and power and shattering limited ultimate hours. Snap back to the hustle with aging the muscle, controlling the absolute peak of the sound. Look at the numbers, we changing the standards and owning the entire competitive ground. Yes!
Velocity, impact.
The heavy brass is breaking down the walls.
Moving so majestic through the airy halls. Velocity, impact.
No friction when the acceleration accrues.
You cannot match the magnitude of what we choose.
Yeah. The collision is inevitable for the boy, Dr.Marcus. The momentum is absolute. We out. Yeah. Look. They wanted the cinematic ending without putting in the cinematic effort. I'm sitting at the top of the stadium, watching the whole map align, redline fury. The orchestration is flawless. Dr. Marcus conducting the supreme frequencies of victory. Yeah. I look at the heavy orchestration and I realize nobody is executing the play like the boy. They treat the gym like a temporary hobby, treating the platform like a childhood toy. But I'm invested in the grand design, checking on my circle while the strings begin to sweep. Building a massive infrastructure in the dark while all the ordinary amateurs are fast asleep. They wanna talk about the pressure and the tension like they actually understand the heavy load. I just synchronize the choir with the boom bap, creating a permanent monopoly on the road. Pushing the line, taking what's mine, making the entire trajectory perfectly aligned. They wanted the throne, I sit here alone and show them exactly how the gold is defined. Bypassing the limits of standard duration, I operate solely on a masterpiece scale. Securing the legacy, moving with symmetry, making it impossible for the empire to fail. No, I'm a visionary architect staging a beautiful dark Hollywood dream.
Redline fury.
The giant burst is loud.
Moving so majestic that we shutting down the crowd.
Yes, sidling when the stage is lit. You cannot match the caliber of the platform we built. Look at the sound stage. I gave you the diaphragm clarity, the raw devotion and heavy orchestration on the floor. I took the cinematic gravity and opened up a completely different door. You think it's just a workout? Nah, it's a coronation. I am the master, I'm running the score. I'm never allowing a weakness on floor. I'm bringing the gospel of stadium power and shattering limited ultimate hour. Step back to the hustle, engaging the muscle, controlling the absolute peak of the sound. Look at the progress, we shifting the balance and owning the entire competitive ground. Yes,
Redline is fury.
the triumph purge is loud.
We so majestic yet we shutting down the crowd.
No sandling when the stage is lit. You cannot match the caliber of the platform we built. Yeah, the symphony is finished. Dr.Marcus, the victory is absolute. We out. Yeah, look, they wanted the cinematic ending without putting in the cinematic effort. I'm sitting at the top of the stadium, watching the whole map align. Redline fury. The orchestration is flawless. Dr. Marcus conducting the supreme frequencies of victory. Yeah, I look at the heavy orchestration and I realize nobody is executing the play like the boy. They treat the gym like a temporary hobby, treating the platform like a childhood toy. But I'm invested in the grand design, checking on my circle while the strings begin to sweep. Building a massive infrastructure in the dark while all the ordinary amateurs are fast asleep. They wanna talk about the pressure and the tension like they actually understand the heavy load. I just synchronize the choir with the boom back, creating a permanent monopoly on the road.
Redline fury.
The giant purse is loud.
We so majestic yet we shutting down the crowd.
No settling when the stage is lit. You cannot match the caliber of the platform we built. Yeah. Look at the sound stage, I gave you the dry up front clarity, the raw devotion, the heavy orchestration on the floor. I took the cinematic gravity and opened up a completely different door. You think it's just a workout? Nah, it's a coronation. I am the master, I'm running the score. I'm never allowing no weakness on floor. I'm bringing the gospel of stadium power and shattering limits at ultimate hour. Snap back to the hooker and dating the muscle, controlling the absolute peak of the sound. Look at the progress, we shifting the balance and owning the entire competitive ground. The giant birds that we shutting down the crowd. No settling when the stake is lit. You can't unmask the caliber of the platform we built. Look at the sound stage. I gave you the dry up front clarity, the raw devotion, the heavy orchestration on the floor. I took the cinematic gravity and opened up a completely different door. You think it's just a workout? Nah, it's a coronation. I look at the heavy orchestra. I look at the heavy orchestration and I realize nobody is executing the play like the board. They treat the gym like a temporary hobby, treating the platform like a childhood toy. But I'm invested in the grand design, checking on my circle while the strings begin to sweep. Yielding the message of the structure in the dark while all the ordinary barracks are fast asleep. They wanna talk about the pressure and the tension like they actually understand the heavier load. I just synchronize the choir with the boom back, creating a permanent monopoly on the road. I look at the heavy orchestration and I realize nobody's executing a play like the boy. I treat the gym like a temporary hobby,
Seeing the platform like a childhood toy. I look at the heavy orchestration and I realize nobody's executing the play like the boy. I kick a gym like a temporary